So one thing I often do when I go to concerts and shows is I sing during their songs. And I don't think it's a good idea. Um, I've actually seen people discuss this before, so I'm not the only one discussing it. Um, I just think it's rude. I think it's disingenuous. I think it's an affront to someone's performance and painstaking energy devoted to the performance and their own, desire, just as I would have, to be recognized for their skill and their passion and their competency. I imagine if, say, I were on stage and Mariah Carey were in the audience singing along to my songs, or Patti LaBelle, even. Let's say Patti LaBelle is singing along to my songs. Okay. How would I feel? How would I feel? Well, I suppose there's some argument for it. It could be a communal experience, and that's often what it is, actually. Usually people take well to it. They take well to my singing, and they appreciate the energy, and they appreciate that someone is participatory in the performance. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this without shaking. I guess I'm getting nervous. I have a guitar who I'm holding on my back. So that's why it's hard to support. But yeah, most people take well to it. Most people compliment me for it. But that doesn't mean it's the best thing to do. I always feel it's a risk whenever I do it. Every time I do it, I feel it's a great risk. And I've gotten in trouble for it a couple times. Probably 3 or 4 times. It's a compulsion. It's like something I like to do that I know I shouldn't do, Like, it's just kind of self-indulgent. I mean, even if you have a musicality and you're not singing at every single note and you sing in a way that, adds to the harmony, for instance, which is what I tend to do, it's still something that can be taken notice of. What if you're belting higher than the person on stage, or you're belting louder than the person on stage? How would you feel, I suppose, if I take the Patti LaBelle example, I would feel kind of flattered that she takes interest in my performance enough to want to participate. But it could become obnoxious. I can see how it become obnoxious. And that's the thing. I don't know how I would feel. It'd be either way. It could be both ways. And I don't know if someone on stage who isn't me would know how to feel. It's just a hard situation, and I might sing again in the audience, but it'll be more subdued. I'm subduing it more nowadays. It's fun practice. It's fun participation. It's easy validation points to know that I'm singing well, but it can also be embarrassing. I was singing with my friends, or acquaintances, whatever you want to say, in my college had a rock band show on Thursday, and I went to it, and I was singing along. I found it very entertaining. The show, I found it very entertaining, and I find it more stimulating to participate. It gives me a chance to feel a bit of that stage magic too. And it's not like no one can hear you on stage, But I know that I could still enjoy it while being silent. Many people do this. And I know that other people's enjoyment would not be influenced, for better or worse, by mine if I were to be silent, and as opposed to singing along. So that's my take on it. I feel like it's risky, let's say. It's a very risky thing to do. And if you're in the music world and you want to be in the music world, it's risky as well, because you could gain the reputation of being that crazy person in the audience who almost heckles, or you could get a reputation as a good singer, but also a heckler, and you don't want to be a heckler, because heckling is not just a comedic thing. It's not something that happens in comedy. It's something that happens in all fields, and no one wants to heckle her at their events.